Today we're talking about tile versus hardwood versus natural stone, and which one is right for your home. So let's break down what we're actually going to get into in this video, right? We're going to talk about which product is the most durable, which one is the most cost-friendly, which one requires the most maintenance. But most importantly, what you're going to get out of this video is you're going to be able to determine what type of homeowner are you. Are you messy? Are you clean? Do you like beauty? Do you like low maintenance? Are you super easygoing? Is this your beach house? Whatever it may be, we're going to capture every single type of person in this video, and you'll be able to determine which one of these options is best for you. The first option that we're going to get into is going to be your most popular option, right? And that's going to be tile. Now, one of the cool things about tile, and something that everybody needs to know before you start your process of finding the right tile, is it comes in two options. There's porcelain and there's ceramic. If we're talking flooring, which we are in this video, you need to go with porcelain. Ceramics are for the walls. In the old days, yes, you could have done a ceramic floor, but nowadays the new standards were requiring porcelains to be on the floor. In addition to the fact that it's a porcelain, now we can start talking style, right? So you can get, this one in particular is a linen look. Beautiful, classic beachy blue. We use this one very frequently, but you can get it in marble looks. You can get it in wood looks. You can get it in decorative pieces. You can get it in any kind of style you think. Even a wallpaper look comes in a porcelain tile nowadays. And that's gonna be one of your most durable options, okay? When we talk durability, I'm talking about, do you got a 100-pound dog? Do you have something that's going to be running around the house that could scratch it up? Do you have kids that are dropping things? Is your husband a little bit clumsy and he might walk through the house with a hammer and drop it? That's when you're going to want to have a porcelain. It's not going to dent. It's not going to do any of that. And one of the beautiful things about porcelain tile is, say you do drop that hammer and it does crack a piece, they can chisel out that piece and replace it with a new one. Porcelain's also going to be your most water resistant. So if you have a flood, for example, Sandy, a major hurricane that came through New Jersey at one point in 2012, ruined houses everywhere. Our house in one of the beach towns had porcelain tile in it, and we took a hose, took all the mud out of there, and the floor was like brand new. You're not going to get that with a hardwood or a natural stone per se, but with porcelain tile, you are going to get that. So obviously there's a ton of pros that come along with a porcelain tile, but what are some of the downfalls, right? Well, let's talk about how it feels on the feet. It's a hard material. So when you're walking on this, you're gonna feel that. A hardwood would feel softer. Hardwood softer is a little odd, but believe it or not, it's softer on the feet, softer on the knees versus a porcelain tile. It's also cold, right? So wintertime, right now it's like 15 degrees out here in New Jersey. Tile gets cold quick, but there's a solution to that. In-floor heating systems. Warm Up is the brand that we carry. It's a radiant heating system. I heated my personal kitchen. I can tell you, me and my family, we just lay on the floor. In the 17-degree weather outside, we're laying on the porcelain tile kitchen floor. That's how nice it is. So yes, it is cold and hard, but there are solutions to at least help the cold factor to it. All right, now we're jumping into the hardwood, and hardwood is certainly one of the more unique options because unlike tile, there isn't as many colors and styles, right? It's hardwood. Now you can get a maple versus an oak, a more rustic versus a cleaner finish, but you're going to be a little bit more limited to your traditional hardwood vibe, right? The look that hardwood gives you is a classic finish. It also adds a lot of value to the home, right? So having hardwood floors, especially a nice hardwood, is going to really increase the value of your home. So that's a huge benefit to it. Now there's a lot to know about hardwood, and we're going to save probably the technical details for another video down the line, but a real quick overview: engineered planks versus solid planks. That's going to be where you start. Before you even get into wood species, you got to think, where am I at? We service a lot of beach towns. Beach towns have a lot of humidity, a lot of moisture in the air, which means you need to use an engineered plank, something that's got more forgiveness as the humidity level goes up and down. So if your home is somewhere where it's very dry, if your home is somewhere where it's got a lot of moisture, then you really need to start thinking to yourself, is hardwood for me? And if it is, let me know the product knowledge that I need so I can go in there and make an educated decision. If you don't have to worry about all of that, solid hardwood is awesome. It has a lot of benefits. Now, one of those benefits is your ability to refinish that product. So say you have a floor that looks like this, right? 10 years from now, all of a sudden, black hardwood's in, and you're like, I want black floors. You can sand that whole floor down. You don't have to buy a new floor. You can have somebody come in and sand that floor down and restain it into a new color. Some of the nicer engineered planks also give you that ability. If it has a thick veneer on it, that's another important question to ask your people that you're working with. Does it have a thick veneer on it that can be refinished? How many times can I refinish it? This is a little bit of a funky area here because a lot of times someone's like, you can refinish your floor 2 times. Start asking your friends how many times they've refinished their floors. Most people have done it once, if ever. So yes, it's important, but don't make that your official decision-making factor. Hardwood has a lot of benefits to it. It's softer on the knees. It's got a lot of warmth to it. You can heat hardwood floors too, not something that a lot of people know, but this is going to be a great option if you're looking for that traditional home value look, feel, and vibe. So many great things with hardwood. It's been around for forever, and it's certainly a great choice for somebody who doesn't necessarily want to have no maintenance, because you're not just mopping this floor with anything you want. You got to use special cleaners. That doesn't make it difficult, just makes it that you have to know what you're doing. We sell a brand called Squeaky Clean. Best hardwood cleaner out there. Look it up, get it. If you have hardwood floors, you'll love it, and it'll protect your floors. So it's got to have a little bit of maintenance to it. Cost-wise, you're looking at potentially the more expensive option when compared to tile. However, balance that out with the fact that the install of this material is going to be less expensive than tile is. So when you take the budget of what it costs to do a tile floor, you have to include installation and material. And then hardwood, you have to think about, yes, my material cost is higher, but my installation cost is less. So is it a give and take? You know, the numbers can vary, certainly depending on your own specific home, but those are the questions you want to ask and then take the bigger picture when you're making your decision. That's what I got about hardwood. All right, now, and if any of you know me, my favorite option, and that is going to be natural stone. Now, an important distinction that we want to make when we talk about natural stone, right? Think of marble as a natural stone. Not all natural stones are marble, but marble is a natural stone. Kind of like I don't know those examples that people use, but you have marble, you have travertine, you have onyx, you have granite, you have quartzite. All of these fall under the umbrella of natural stones. Now, what's nice about it is for this video, your overview of pros and cons are pretty much similar across the board. So you don't have to worry too much about it. There's some finite details that do differ between each product, but ultimately, what we're talking about, it all falls under that same category of natural stone. So let's talk about some of the pros to natural stone. It's beautiful, for one. It is straight out of the ground. Mother Nature handcrafted this, painted it, if you will, in a mountain. And then people went in and extracted that and then turned it into these incredible pieces of field tiles that can go into your home. I picked this one for this video because this is one that I was actually considering for my own home. I love the tumbled edges to it. I love that there's a little bit of variation in every single piece, like a snowflake. Every single piece is different. So if you appreciate that kind of character and uniqueness, natural stone certainly could be for you. There's so many beautiful elements to natural stone, so many colors and styles and looks and even finishes, from honed to polished to raked, anything you can think of that you can get with natural stone. So, how does it apply to your decision-making factor? Well, it's probably one of the more expensive options because both the material cost is going to be likely higher than hardwood and tile, and the install cost is probably going to be a little bit higher as well. So it's a luxury option for sure. Now let's think about, how do we apply this to your situation? Well, let me tell you right off the bat, do you have kids? It's probably not for you, okay? I wanted to put this in my home, and my father almost slapped me in the face because he said it's gonna stain immediately because I have an 11-month-old at home. I thought he was crazy, but I said, fine, I'll put a porcelain tile in there. Every time my son eats, it's like a bomb went off in the kitchen. So I'm glad that I didn't put natural stone in because it would stain. So if you have kids or if you have a messy house, it might not be for you unless you're willing to commit to the maintenance factor. You gotta seal it. No matter who you are, messy or not, you're sealing the stone when it's originally installed. If you are using this in a second home, where a lot of people around here have second homes, they might seal it once every other year. If it's not a primary space, it's not a mud room or a foyer, they can get away with that. If it's something you're using every single day, we want to see it done at least once a year. It's not a hard process, 10 minutes, wipe it on, let it dry, wipe it off. Now you're sealed and you're protected again. But you gotta be conscious of that, right? So you gotta know, hey, it's been 6 months. Let me throw another coat of sealer on there because I don't wanna run the risk of staining it. Now on that note, there's a beautiful thing about stone, and that is what goes in can typically come out. So if you do stain it, don't panic. There's so many professionals out there that are capable of getting those stains out of your stone and refinishing it to its original look. Some other cons that you want to think about is the cold factor again, the hardness factor. It's very porous. It doesn't like to be soaked in water all the time. There's a lot more maintenance to it. Again, the cold thing, heat it. I have a heated marble bathroom, and let me tell you, do I feel like a king every time I walk in there. So don't discount against all of those cons the personal feel you get from having a stone floor. All right, you walk through every single place in ancient Italy, and you'll see marble everywhere. And you're talking thousands of year old marble that still looks spectacular. So how do you feel, right? How does the floor make you feel should weigh heavy in your decision making. But if you got kids, maybe hold off until they're a touch older. All right, so let's summarize, right? I'm gonna describe 3 different people and tell you if you fall into that category or close to it, what you should pick. Is your house chaotic? Is there a million things going on at all times? And cleaning is one of those things that you look at and dread. Well, porcelain tile is probably for you. You want something that's gonna last a lifetime and get beat up and look just the same from day one to the day that you're ready to leave that house, then that is gonna be porcelain tile. That's you. Are you somebody that likes to have your Sunday morning coffee in your robe and walk out into your living room and feel the soft feel of a real hardwood beneath your feet? And maybe you're thinking, I wanna resell soon. This isn't my forever home, but I wanna have that resale value. This is for you. That's gonna be hardwood, right? You're classic. You love the classic nature of a beautiful hardwood. That's the category that's gonna go for that. Lastly, do you wanna feel like a king? Do you wanna feel like royalty and you wanna have that warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach every time that you walk out and see a beautiful natural stone floor? Do you wanna see art cascade across your floor every single day? And it doesn't matter what it's gonna take to keep it looking beautiful, because that feeling that I get when I see it every single day is worth every ounce of effort that I have to do to keep it looking pristine. Natural stone is definitely for you. Look, at the end of the day, your flooring choice isn't just about the appearance, right? You can have the most beautiful floor, but if it drives you insane in terms of how you have to take care of it or all the other factors, it's not necessarily worth it. So you got to consider, how does it fit your lifestyle? How does it fit the world in which you live in? There's no wrong choice, just the right one for your home. If this video helped you out, give it a like. If you want some more home design advice, follow, subscribe, drop a comment below. What flooring are you considering? And if you want some more expert guidance, please reach out. Hit the links below. It'll take you to all the necessary information you need to get in touch with us. Ask me any question you want. I would be stoked to help you out.